Alright y'all, it's another episode of Stock Lock Sunday, and this time around we've got a ABUS padlock. It's an 8345, and somebody mentioned recently that I had to clack the clacker, so there we go. Why not, right? So this 8345, somebody might have seen, I think it was on a Facebook post, I showed it. I actually found this padlock in the street on my way to the grocery store literally just a few days ago. I did take a buffer to it just to kind of clean it up a little bit. You can still see some of the road rash on it right there where it was ran over by a car. But obviously there was no key with it, but I did pick it open, and it does have a removable core. So I picked it, took the core out, and made a key for it. I left the pins exactly how they were when I got it, so it's still a stock lock. And what I did is I used an SC4 key, so later on, maybe even after I'm done with doing this pick, I'll go ahead and pin it with that 6th pin, because there is a 6th chamber in it. But I made the key just the way the pins were in the lock, so I left it alone. So anyways, let's see if we can't pick this sucker on camera. Let me get the camera situated decently here. So we'll use top of the keyway, my favorite, something like this right here. But yeah, it was one hell of a find. I drove past it and seen it in the corner of my eye, and I pulled into the nearest parking lot, and sure enough, I got a second look at it, went out in the street and picked it up and said, hell yeah, I'll take that home. Alright, let me see, we're centered. I'm trying to get the camera right. I apologize, I'm not the best at this. Alright, we're good on the camera, good enough. Maybe a little this way. Alright, we'll go with this. Okay, Peterson gem, because it fits in there nice and good. It is a Schlage type keyway. I don't know if I mentioned that. Did I show it working? Damn. So that's the key I made. I cut it. By the way, I don't cut a lot of keys except for my challenge locks. So I use this Leashy key cutter right here. It works absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good. That's what I cut the key with. Worked out good. Lock works like brand new every time. So anyways, back to the lock. Top of keyway. What I do when I'm cutting it with those that Leashy key cutter is I cut it slightly under, and then I do the fine tuning with either a needle file or even just some really fine sandpaper, just to get it the rest of the way, because you do not want to overcut. Then you got to change the pin. Alright, here we go. Looking for the first binder. It is right here. Okay. Looks like pin 1 now. Nope, maybe not. Let me see. There it goes, pin 1. I know there's spools in here, because like I said, I had it apart to make the key. I think that was a spool right there. That was another. There's another right here. See the counter rotation, I hope. Might have went too far with that. Yep. Here, one set. Let me see. I'm missing something here. There we go. Counter rotation. I feel like it's set. It's all the way in the back. There we go. Boom. So that's that. The ABUS 8345. I will, I guess, go ahead and let's set it down here for a second, just to show that everything's inside the lock and it's in working order. Bada boom, bada bang. Let's do this. Let's get that out of the way. The key. Phillips down the hole. Because it's pretty straightforward. Alright. There's the core. Well, we can lock it back up since we got a key. I will slide and clip off the back. Ping! Now it's got a groove on the back for that clip, so I like to use a shim for these. Anytime there's a groove or anything funky on that tailpiece, I will shim it. Oh yeah, it's got that button right there too. I forgot the limiter. Alright, so as you can see, like I said, these are the pins that were already in it as a stock lock. So I pinned it, or I keyed it, cut the key for those pins, but I used the SC4 key so I can put that 6th stack in there, which I might do after this video. Alright, key pin number 1. Number 2 is a standard. All these are standard key pins, but like I said, I know there's spools in there because I've had it apart. Number 4. Real quick too, I want to give a shout out again to Helpful Lock Picker, because he gave several of us another shout out again today, and it's just really awesome. He goes through a lot to make those videos, to put all the little clips together and whatnot to help us smaller channels out and just get people noticed and whatnot. He really does a lot of work. So Helpful Lock Picker, thank you very much. It is highly appreciated. So standard core, obviously, like I said, this is a very stock lock. Get that shim out of there. And I did order the stuff from Sparrows for my, I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway for my 400 subs. I know it's not there's no law, but it's become kind of customary for me, so I will be doing a giveaway. The stuff, I got a notification from them. It's already been shipped, so it's probably only going to be a couple of days before I get it. And then I'll explain how the giveaway is going to go, because I think I'm going to do a first place and a runner-up. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be this coming week, because they ship from the US now, so it doesn't take that long. I'm just going to lay these out and show you. These are all spools except for the first one. And then all standard springs. I just want to show everything's in the lock. Some people don't think I was picking a partial lock or some crazy stuff. Okay, get a close-up on these, because that first one is that first driver pin is actually ooh, the first driver pin. Let me get it pointing here. As you can see, all the key pins are standard, but this first driver pin, it's got a serration on each end. I forget what they call those, a barrel or something, I forget. And then all the rest of these are spool pins. But what a heck of a find, huh? For just a trip to the grocery store to find something like that laying in the street. Absolutely fantastic. Now I'll pin it to 6, put a 6-pack in it, and I'll have me a pretty badass ABUS 8345. So that'll wrap up this episode of Stock Lock Sunday. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And as I said, as soon as I get the stuff from Sparrows, we'll get into the giveaway. So thank you. Big Al signing out.